Yo, what's good, y'all? I would like to welcome y'all back to episode 69 of the Von Talks podcast. Today, in which we're recording this podcast, is June 19th, 2026. And first, I would like to say shout out to my current, past, and new listeners. Y'all already know I highly appreciate you. Let me go ahead and take this time right now to apologize for not dropping an episode last week. I had a lot going on last week. We had some friends that came out of town, and that we just having the ball, man. So I really didn't even have the time to make a pod, but I guarantee you I'm not going to miss any more episodes for the rest of this year and continuing, you understand me? Because I'm going to plan better around that. But that's just what it is, man. So we are on episode 69. This should be episode 70, but it is what it is, man. Everything happened for a reason. I'm glad that we are here on the 19th on the 69th episode. Shout out to everybody listening to this podcast on their favorite platforms. So before we officially get into the show, make sure that you follow me on all of my socials. You can follow me anywhere because I am literally everywhere. You feel me? So you already know I gotta start this shit off, man, and ask you, how are you doing? I hope your day is going good. I hope your weekend is going well. I hope you're having a grand, splendid time with yourself or, with family members, friends, or whoever the fuck it is, your dogs, whatever it is, man, your pet fish, whoever. Hope you're having a good time. Hope things are smooth. And if they aren't, I really do hope that shit get better, man. Stay positive and keep working towards whatever you're working towards. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I hope y'all day is going good, man. I hope y'all have been great. As far as me, it is 8 in the morning. My morning started off good, had a good ass workout. Today was back biceps and back. It was back biceps, and we worked our forearms as well. That shit, yeah, I went crazy this morning. I ain't gonna lie, I definitely put that work in. It was good, man. I'm fasting. I haven't eaten yet. I will be doing that around like between 11 and 1 o'clock today. And I'm recording this pod, so you already know shit is good, shit is great, and shit is grand. I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm glad that I'm able to do this shit every single week. I'm happy that I'm back and I'm being this consistent than I've ever been in my life. And, I'm glad that I'm able to provide insight and give information that I probably didn't even know before, and hopefully open up the conversation for things that I might end up getting wrong, or maybe something that y'all can add on to. We can have those conversations. You feel me? I'm just glad that I'm able to operate in this frequency, and I'm not going to take it for granted. So, yeah, man, that's basically it. I'm doing great. Let's go ahead and continue, man. Gaming. As far as last week and this week it ain't really too much going on in gaming. June is pretty goddamn slow. I think July is gonna be slow as well, which is great because now I get to tackle my backlog and play a couple demos and get more content out when I need to. You feel me? The only thing I know that's coming out next month is the Avatar fighting game. Avatar: The Last Airbender. The shit looks good. The more I see it, I'm like, damn, this might end up being a day one cop. I wanted to get Marvel. What was it? Invincible Versus. I wanted to get Invincible Versus, but the more I've seen that game and the more I heard about it, I was like, I think I'm going to pass on it. I get it on sale if I can, and I'll see what's to it then. But the Avatar game is looking very promising, along with that Marvel Tokon, man. And it's crazy because we got back-to-back fighting games. We got the Avatar fighting game, the Last Airbender fighting game, dropping in July, and then we got Marvel Tokon dropping on August 6th. Or August 9th. I don't know if I've seen 2 different dates or whatever, but it's within that week. So it's crazy, man. I'm hoping that I'm able to play through both because y'all already know, right after Marvel Tokon, we have a plethora of games dropping. We have, it's maybe like 6 or 7 games dropping in September. And it's a few day one cops. I'm not going to be able to get all those games, bro. I ain't going to lie to you. I ain't going to be able to get all those games. I'm gonna have to pick and choose and then try to get them as much as I can to get that content out, because then we got, Phantom Blade Zero? That was delayed from September to October. And then we have Gears of War E-Day. That's dropping in October. And then we got Grand Theft Auto 6 dropping in November. And then we got the Game Awards. And so, what I'm trying to do is get all this content out, play all of these games, beat a lot of these games before the Game Awards come out, man. I think this is the year where I think I'm going to do the most gaming as an adult. I specifically say as an adult because I'm playing a bunch of different games for one. to make content for them, and I'm thoroughly enjoying them. And I am currently bound by the shackles of Marvel Rivals. Let me go ahead and check and see how many hours I put into Marvel Rivals at this point, because since I started playing again this year, I put in over 100 hours easy. I am currently at 187 and a half hours. 187 and a half hours. I don't know if it's going to show how many hours I put in just this week alone, or over the last 2 weeks, or over the last month, but I'm almost at 200 hours, man. I don't know when I'm going to put this game down. I am shamefully addicted. I ain't gonna lie to you. I play Marvel Rivals a lot, and I'm playing the shit. I'm playing through a bunch of demos. So I've been making time to read, exercise, shit like that. Spend time with my girl and my puppies, and also play demos. And I'm trying to make time to play more demos, because a lot of them is probably between 30 minutes to an hour. So I get that time in. It's like, okay, I'm getting through these demos, and I'm also playing. I'm also spending time where I can, trying to manage time and putting it and adding things to my system that I already have in place. It's pretty fucking tough. I ain't gonna lie to you, but that's how I'm doing it though. That's how I'm managing is, streaming. Like, I want to get back to streaming every day as well. Days that I don't edit content and shit like that, I'll stream for longer. But it's days, like today, I'm recording the pod, but I also want to stream. I might stream for maybe 2 hours. I don't know. I don't know if I want to start implementing that this week and next week, but it was at one point where I was streaming every day. Now I'm streaming twice a week, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays. And those are the days where I don't film at all, because I film Monday and I edit a lot of videos for my shorts channel and stuff like that on Monday. And then Tuesday I stream, and I do a lot of other stuff. And then Wednesday I film, I edit a lot of different videos, and I edit a lot of different videos, and then I move on to whatever else I gotta do. And then on Friday I film, which is the pod. And I still got to edit a couple gaming news videos for probably the rest of Friday. I know today I got to edit a couple for today. And then Saturday and Sunday, and maybe 1 or 2 for Monday, just so I can have those videos dropping, 5 days a week consistently. You understand what I'm saying? Because I drop 5 videos a day, 5 shorts videos a day. I record them, I edit them, and I schedule them 5 days a week. Listen, every single month. 5 days a week. No, I mean, not 5 days a week, 7 days a week. So I drop 5 videos 7 days a week. My bad. I was getting the numbers mixed up. I dropped 7 videos. But I dropped, see, I'm doing it again. I dropped 5 videos 7 days a week. That's not including for my main channel. That's not including for the podcast, and then making clips for those as well. So, man, I do a lot, bro. I do a lot. So I'm trying to just know, whenever I stream, get these games in. And like when I stream, I be wanting to talk about the news and stuff like that as well in the morning, but I do it on the pod for the week or whatever the case may be. And I do it, on those separate days. So whenever I read them and stuff like that, and record videos for them, like I be wanting to go over different stuff, but I be like, damn, if I do that, I'm not gonna have enough time to game. You understand what I'm saying? And then I be wanting to play Marvel Rivals. I still got to get through 007 First Light, which I think I'm gonna get back to that and beat that this month, so that way I can go ahead and get back to Lego Batman and finish that sometime in July, I guess, while I'm flipping back and forth between that, the Avatar joint, and Marvel Rivals. I think I'm still going to be playing Marvel Rivals then. And then I had just bought this new game called Mina the Hollywood, and I still got to go back and want to play Mouse P.I. for Hire and Replaced. And then we got the Adventures of Elliot. That dropped yesterday. I told y'all I'm buying that game. I was going to buy it yesterday. I started looking at reviews and stuff like that for it, and I was like, okay, I already wanted to buy it because from what I played from the demo, but now like, okay, the reception for the game is pretty decent overall. So I'm gonna buy that motherfucker today for sure. Oh, I had just gotten into a paid opportunity, but I'm gonna talk about that a little later, man. So We had a couple showcases from the last time I did the episode of the pod. I'm not going to talk about that all too much because that it came and went. We had the Summer's Game Fest. We had the Sony State of Play. We had the Future Game Show and the Xbox Showcase. The best showcase was Summer Games Fest. They showed a lot of different games. They brought the heat. They brought heat. I ain't gonna lie, for the showcase, if I was to rate it, I would definitely give it a 9. Just for the simple fact that they, outside of the stuff that we've already seen before, we've seen a lot more gameplay for a lot of games, and we got release dates. And that's what I wanted the most, was gameplay, and they showed us that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if they would have just showed us like titles for games and stuff like that, I would be like, I don't really care for real. What I really care about is that motherfucking gameplay, man. That's it. That's all I care about, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. So that's what I've been. That's what I look forward to the most when it comes to these showcases. And they brought that. And you know, they definitely had a couple of hiccups where it seemed like that some of the trailers for a few games like ran out of time for their trailers, so they just abruptly cut the shit. It was weird as hell. I was like, boy, they need to do better. They need to do better, man. Maybe be more clear with these studios. Like, hey, these will after bam got to be within this time. Be a little more organized with that, because that shit was weird as hell. You know, one of my homies, she gave that shit a 10, but you know, we was actually co-streaming that shit together. And we was hosting it together, and you know, she gave it a 10. I was like, I ain't gonna give it a 10 because of X, Y, and Z, and that was one of the reasons. They was abruptly cutting shit. I'm like, all right, boy, inflation really hitting out this motherfucker, man. But other than that, though, they showed a lot of good games. Sony State of Play was decent. They already showed us games that we've seen before. We got a couple new games, I believe, that are gonna be. I think there's one or two that's gonna be exclusive to PlayStation. Other than that, it's Wolverine and God of War: LaFay. I think that's about it. It's gonna be exclusive to PlayStation 5 and possibly 6 in the future. But everything else that they showed is gonna be multi-plat. And then for the Future Game Show, that was a bust. I ain't gonna lie. It was a couple games that I seen. I was like, oh, I'm really interested in this shit. But I can wait for a sale. I need to see more. Let me just say that. I need to see more. And then we have the Xbox Showcase. It was decent as hell. Gears of War E-Day, look fire, man. If y'all know me, I'm a huge Gears of War fan, especially when I was a child. I was big on Gears of War. Now, Gears of War 4 and 5, they was all right. It was good mid, you know what I'm saying? It didn't really hit the same like the original trilogy did. So, you know, I really do like Gears 4 and 5. I really do like Gears 4 and 5. I enjoyed Gears 4 and 5 for what it was, but it didn't really hit like that for me. The multiplayer is what I played the most. And now we got Gears of War E-Day, which is the prequel to the original trilogy. And I can't wait. This shit look raw as hell, man. They gave us a lot of gameplay for it. It seems like that they are adding more they're making the game a little bit more agile. So instead of you just bouncing across walls and jumping over a little fence or a little barrier, you know, now you able to climb on top of cars and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? So that shit look decent as hell. I just want to play it at this point. It's gonna be on the Xbox Game Pass. I don't know if I want to resubscribe to the Xbox Game Pass just to play that shit. I might just end up buying it because it's gonna come to PC. So I'll see when that comes. I think the game is gonna be dropping October 6th, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, man, that might end up being a day one cop. I can't wait to play through that campaign, get through that, see how they tell that story, and then get on that multiplayer, man. The only thing about it is I don't know how long I'm gonna be playing that multiplayer for. You feel me? Because there's so many different games coming out, and at that point in time, I might fuck around and not play Marvel Rivals for a little minute because I'm gonna be on that Gears of War multiplayer very heavy. But it's too early to tell. I don't know yet. I'm not touching Call of Duty at all. I just want to throw that out there. Irrelevant to the talking about. I'm not touching Call of Duty at all, so I don't even have to worry about that, which that's going to be dropping in October as well. And in case y'all are not aware, well, why is so many games dropping in September? That's because Grand Theft Auto 6 dropping in November 19th to be exact. At least that's what they claim. Now, I am still under the impression that the game can still be delayed, which I would not be surprised if Grand Theft Auto 6 get delayed until 2027. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like early next year, something like that. They fuck around, push it back to the spring. I wouldn't be surprised, but they saying that marketing is going to start on the 25th of this month, so we got about 6 days at the time of this recording. And well, as far as the marketing, they saying that it's going to be pre-orders. You be able to pre-order the game, which I'm not feeling that shit because I don't know what that game is going to look like. We still don't know what that game is going to. Now, if they drop the pre-order with gameplay, I'll be like, okay, cool. I'm still not pre-ordering the game because I don't pre-order games no more. I just buy that motherfucker digitally day one and I got it right here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I haven't bought a physical game since, ooh, damn, now that I'm really thinking about it, I ain't bought a physical. I think the last physical game I bought was either Mortal Kombat 9 or, not 9, Mortal Kombat 10, I believe it was 10, or not Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption 2, which was back in 2018. So it's probably been, damn, and that goes for the Switch and everything. It's probably been 6 or 7 years since I bought a physical game, to be honest. Like, yeah. I think the only thing that I'm gonna be buying physical at this point is like retro shit if I can find it. But let me not say if, but when I'm able to find it. But other than that, I think moving forward, I don't think I'm going to be buying physical anytime soon, unless I get the collector's edition for something. But I haven't bought a physical game in years, man. Damn near a decade. That's crazy that I'm thinking about that shit now. Like, boy, it's really been a long time. So yeah, that's why I don't pre-order games anymore. So Grand Theft Auto 6, when that drop, I might have to get a console for that. It depends on that price point. If Grand Theft Auto 6 is 70, hell, even 80, I don't want it to be 80, but even 80, then I might consider buying a console for it. But if it's gonna be above that, I'm just gonna wait until it come to PC. And I'm not even gonna worry about it. And the game is gonna be going for so long. I'm gonna making content for it. I'm still gonna get views off of it and all that shit. I'm not gonna get the initial impact maybe, but it all depends on how much that shit is gonna cost. So yeah, man, that's so going back. That's the reason why most of these games that are coming out this year are dropping in September and early October because they do not want to fuck around with Grand Theft Auto 6, which is pretty sad because it shows that they don't really have much confidence in the game, but it's also showing that they are smart because we already know that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to take over for possibly the rest of the year, but at the same time, it's not smart on their end because it's now look at all these games dropping in September. A lot of these games are going to be left behind. They're going to be forgotten about, unfortunately, because not everybody's going to be able to buy these games, especially with them being $70 plus. Motherfuckers might end up buying 2 games out of the month of September, if that. Motherfuckers might. It's a lot of people right now that's saving up that's like, man, I don't give a fuck about none of these extra games that's coming out this year. I'm waiting on Grand Theft Auto 6. That's what they waiting on. They don't give a. It's a lot of people right now that don't give a fuck that Wolverine is coming out. They don't give a fuck that Control Resonant is dropping. Phantom Blade Zero is coming. Gears of War E-Day. It's hardcore Gears of War fans right now that probably don't give a fuck that Gears of War E-Day is dropping because they waiting on that Grand Theft Auto 6. It's just the reality of what's going on right now, man. So listen. At around August, at the end of August to the game of the year, is going to be very interesting in the gaming space. Very, very interesting. And then I don't even know what's coming out as far as like Nintendo games because I don't know if y'all know they had Nintendo Direct last week or earlier this week. What's the last week? I think it was earlier this week. And that shit was booty. I ain't gonna lie, bogus as hell. The only thing that stood out was like Zelda: The Ocarina of Time remake, and that didn't really excite me because I didn't get a chance to play that back in the day, and which I ain't had no control of really growing up. And the reason why I point out is because that is touted to be one of the greatest games of all time. And back in 1998, which I believe that's when the game had dropped, they saying that was the best game ever created. And a lot of people still think to this day that's the best game that they've ever played ever out of all of these other games that had came out. And now they're making a remake. So that was like the only thing that was like, oh damn, okay, this is pretty cool because now I get to experience something, the remake version of it, but I get to experience it. And that might be a cop. I hope that the game is not $80 because it's just a remake, right? Unless they add in like voice actors and shit like that to it, you know what I'm saying? Like all new, it's just updating the graphics. That's basically all they doing. Unless they building the game completely from the ground up, which it's a remake, so they might end up doing that. Then I might consider it. If people are saying like this is damn near the same game, just better graphics, I don't know, man. So it all depends. It all depends. I still don't have a Switch 2 yet, so I'm not even worried about copping that shit. I'm waiting for the Dusk Bloods to show us some gameplay. If they don't, and that's the only reason why I don't have a Switch 2 yet, because it ain't really shit for me to play on now. You feel me? So I'm just waiting, man. I'm really just waiting. But so that's not accounting for all the other games that's coming from Nintendo that's supposed to be dropping this year, if they have any other games dropping this year. This game, listen, 2026 is, this might, I was saying that 2023 might be the best year for gaming, 2025 might be the best year for gaming, 2026 might be the best year for gaming. This might be the best year for gaming to date. And it's been improving in the 2020s. You understand what I'm saying? 2020 was when the PS5 and the Xbox Series X had dropped. And then, we got Cyberpunk 2077. We got Elden Ring. We got goddamn Ghost of Tsushima in 2020. Even though they dropped on the PS4, but we still got it in 2020. What else we had got? We had got a few more other games, man. Oh, It Takes Two. We got Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Baldur's Gate 3, Lies of P, Expedition 33, Doom the Dark Ages, South of Midnight, now and Neo 3, Resident Evil 9, Resident Evil Requiem, which is Resident Evil Requiem. What else we had got? Pragmata, which is a brand new IP from Capcom. A 007 First Light, Mina the Hollower, The Adventures of Elliot, the Lego Batman. Shit, nigga, y'all get the point, bro. This been elevating in the 2020s, and 2026 might be the best year for gaming. And then I might fuck around and say that shit for next year, because we have I think we're getting the Max Payne's 1 and 2 remakes. We're getting Fable in 2027. We're getting Tomb Raider: Legacy of Atlantis, which I believe that's a whole remake. And we might end up getting the new Tomb Raider game, Tomb Raider Catalyst, in 2027 as well. If not, then we should be getting that in 2028. My bad, something is in my goddamn eye. So, and that's just for what I know now. Oh, and then we got Metro 2039 dropping later this year. Bruh, it's so many games dropping, and bangers too. Make sure y'all stay hydrated. We getting bangers too, man. Like Resident Evil Requiem was a great fucking game. Fantastic. Neo 3, it was good for what I played. I didn't get a chance. I didn't beat it because that shit was just way too long. Pragmata, great game, great experience. 007 First Light, I'm loving that game so far. Mouse P.I. for High, from when I had played it, that shit was great. We're getting great games this year. And I think it's gonna pick up even further come September. Well, shit, let me say starting to next month, because we getting Avatar the Last Fighting. Hold on. Avatar: The Last Airbender fighting game. And then we got Marvel Tokon the month after that, and then all the games dropping in September. So it's just getting better, man. This shit is not slowing down anytime soon. It's crazy. This might be the best era for gaming ever. I ain't gonna lie to you. And there's so many people out here too that keep saying oh, gaming is dead, or which I really haven't heard that sentiment since at the top of this year, to be honest with you, or, motherfucker keep saying there's nothing to play. It's just like, bruh, or gaming ain't what it used to be, and this, that, and the third. I'm just hearing terrible takes about the gaming space, and I'm just like, bruh, y'all not real gamers for real. Y'all niggas don't play video games. Y'all motherfucker talking about some, we used to get raw ass movie adaptation movies. When? The Max, the Hitman, what is it? What video game adaptation? Yeah, the Matrix games, they was aight. Them hoes was not, Matrix Reloaded was fire. From what I remember, I used to love that shit. But other than that, them games used to fucking be ass. Like, be fucking for real, bro. What other video game what other video game movie adaptations did we get? I believe I'm saying that correctly. What other movies that turned into video games? Most of them shits was garbage, bro. I think the one that's gonna be more recent is John Wick, Hellraiser, which I'm thoroughly interested in that. John Wick, I hope that's not an on rail type of game. I really do hope that shit is gonna be fire. But I don't know if that shit's gonna be good, man. We got so many different types of games dropping this year, man, and there's so many different types of games to play. I'm overwhelmed with video games. Like, listen, I've been gaming since 1998. I was 4 years old. I'm 31. I've been gaming for so long, and I played a variety of different games. I didn't really get to play a lot of different stuff because, niggas grew up poor. Then when I joined the military, I wasn't really getting paid all that much, but I have to, motherfuckers still taking care of family, so a lot of my money didn't really go to me a lot of the times. You understand what I'm saying? But I gained when I could. I bought games when I saw fit. Nigga, this is the most video games I ever bought probably in my life over the last, in this decade. These are the most amount of games so far, and we've only 6 years into this decade. These are the most amount of video games I ever bought. These are the most demos I probably ever played over these last 6 years. This is the most money I ever spent on video games. I'm gaming more as an adult than ever. It gets to a point where it's just like, okay, when this thing's gonna slow down? Because I'm grateful, I'm happy about this shit. Don't get it twisted, I'm happy. But when is it all gonna slow down? Like, just like, for example, like the year 2021, 2022, 2021, I think It Takes Two came out. I don't really remember any other game that really came out that really stood out. 2022, Elden Ring came out. I don't really, Code of the Lamb came out. That was a gem that dropped. I don't really know any other game that came out. Then 2023, everything started picking up. But in 2021, 2022, it wasn't really a lot of games coming out that was like, oh damn, I gotta play these. It was like okay games, but it allowed you a time to get into your backlog. My backlog is fucking huge. Oh, we got the Castlevania game dropping as well. I almost forgot about that, bruh. My backlog is insane right now. We're spoiled as gamers, bro. We're spoiled. I'm spoiled. I know I'm spoiled, nigga. At some point, again, something got to slow down, and I hope 2027 will be that year where it's like, okay, we're gonna get a month or two period, or maybe a 3-month period where, games that come out, like, okay, I'm gonna wait to get that on the sale. I'm not in a rush to get them, or nothing drops at all, and then I can fully tackle the backlog and get into what I want to get into. You feel me? We overwhelmed, man. The latest demo that I played outside of Valor Mortis and what was the other demo that I played? So I played a few demos. I'm gonna get into that in just a few. I played Mortal Shell 2. Mortal Shell, I don't remember when that had came out, but I didn't even know that was a thing. Mortal Shell 2 came around, saw a trailer for that, and I was like, oh damn, that looks interesting. I gotta play that. Looks like it's not gonna take itself too serious, but it's unique to the Souls genre, and the shit is just, the gameplay is just fucking smooth, man. There's a demo out for it right now. Go play that fucking demo. Go play it. It's a Souls-like, but it doesn't have a stamina bar, and it has unique twist to it. So basically, the main feature in this game, the reason why it's called Mortal Shell, is you have to find these shells throughout the game that has a bunch of different abilities, and it's like armor for yourself. So you start off in the game, you start off in the demo where I believe you start off with a shell, and it has these different abilities and stuff like that, and it has a certain amount of armor, a certain amount of shield that you certain amount of damage that it can take before it obviously gets destroyed, and then you will have no shell, and then it's just you and your body, right? And you have to fight that way, and you take more damage when you're fucking exposed. But through the game, I don't know if they're gonna give you a bunch of different shells that you can choose from, or it's a set amount, and these set amounts of shells are going to help you progress through the story, and you can use them as you see fit, and you can basically customize your character based off of the shells that you have. This shit is, I ain't gonna lie, this shit fire. I ain't played no game like that before. The boss battles are decent, the combat smooth as hell, the parry system, nigga, chef's kiss. I'm like, oh yeah, this is a day one cop. I think that's dropping in September as well. But play that demo, bruh. I highly recommend it. But again, the standout feature which I like the most is not only that the parry system is great, but that shell system, bruh. It's like, okay, like for example, you get this shell where it's like you a thief in the night. You understand what I believe it's called? Thiel, Thiel, and you get to execute enemies. You get to sneak around like a little thief. You feel me? And it's like not like a thief, but an assassin. And you get to assassinate, execute a lot of different enemies without motherfuckers knowing. Like, it's fucking fire, bro. When you perfect dodge, it basically leaves behind a copy version of yourself, and it distracts the enemies, and you can go in for it. Like, bro, this shit is lit, man. Go check that out. Mortal Shell is fire. Valor Mortis, that's another demo that I played. It's a first-person Souls, like very unique to the Souls genre. Reason why it's unique is first person. I never played a first-person Souls game before. I don't think any game that Souls are first person other than Valor Mortis. There's a demo out for that shit. Right now, I got a pay opportunity for that motherfucker, and I'm putting out video for that shit. So make sure y'all go ahead and support that on all of my socials, on IG, my YouTube Shorts channel, and on TikTok. Go support that. Go watch that, man. Get them numbers up. Get that money up. You fed me? But that is decent as hell. It has Dishonored. If you ever played Dishonored, feel to it / BioShock / Dark Souls, and it fucking works. It works, and it's in a Napoleonic time. That's like it's during the Napoleonic Wars, and the enemies are zombies. This shit is crazy, bro. Some of the zombies are mutated and shit like that. It's, bruh, go play the game. Go play the game. It's fucking fire. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, damn. Only thing I don't like about it is the frame rate. When I was playing the demo, that frame rate was shaky as hell. It got to the point where I was like, damn, I don't even think I can play this shit for real, because the frame rate it drops pretty bad in certain areas. So I uninstalled it, but I did like it though. Just go try the demo. The gameplay is fucking fire, man. You get to play in 2 different sections, so chapter 1 and chapter 7. And obviously in chapter 1, your character is not as buff as it is in chapter 7. You don't get a lot of different abilities and shit like that, but it's pretty cool though. You might have to change the button mapping. If you are used to playing Souls games, you might have to change the button mapping on the game, because the way that you attack, dodge, and stuff like that, I know I'm gonna have to change it when the full game come around, because I think that's a day one cop for me as well. It doesn't flow well for me. So the way I parry, attack, and all of that, I'm definitely gonna change that shit around. Every time I played, I kept wanting to dodge with one button and parry with another. It just didn't feel natural. I played so much Sekiro to the point where I got accustomed to how you dodge and parry in that game. Lies of P is the same way as well. I got so accustomed to it, I was like, damn, I'm not gonna be able to do this shit, bro. So yeah. Definitely check that shit out again. It just, the shit just don't feel natural. It just don't feel natural. But good game though. Good game. Other than the frame rate being a tad bit shitty, It's a good game. Go check that shit. It's a demo, so I'm not complaining. Hopefully they clean that shit up when the full game come around. It's a lot of games that I want to pick up that are day one. Gears of War E-Day. I said the Adventures of Elliot is not day one, but I am gonna buy that game. Control Resonant, Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Phantom Blade Zero. Hold on. I think I just counted. Hold on. Avatar: The Last Airbender fighting game, Marvel Tokon, Marvel Wolverine, Control Resonant, Valor Mortis, Phantom Blade Zero, Gears of War E-Day, Grand Theft Auto 6, Dusk Fade, that's another demo. That's a 3D platformer. It's similar to Jack and Daxter, Kingdom Hearts, and Ratchet and Clank. And it looks fucking phenomenal, and it plays, and it's so smooth. Go try that shit out. Dusk Fade. Nigga, that's 9 games. That's 9 games that I want to pick up. That I want to pick up day one. That's 9 games, and it's all on the back end of this year. That's 9 games, and that's all on the back end of this year. What I told y'all, bro, I'm overwhelmed. Lastly, in the gaming topic, there's a shit ton of layoffs going on right now. As y'all know, it's been a shit ton of layoffs over the last 5 years. No, let me say 5. I'm gonna say 3. Over the last 3, maybe 3.5 years, there are a shit ton of layoffs going on right now in the gaming industry. And Microsoft is leading the charge on that shit, man, because they are closing like 4 studios under their umbrella. Compulsion Games, who made South of Midnight. Sad as hell, which they said that they are closing, but I think they are still looking to see if they can get funding or to see if that studio can get bought up so that we can continue to make games, because they are or were in the midst of making a second game or a third game, because they also made We Happy Few. They are closing Ninja Theory. It's another studio that they are closing. So it's like 3 or 4 studios, but those 3 in particular. But what's good about it though, they saying before they officially close, and they saying that if these studios can get bought out by somebody, or somebody can pick them up and continue to fund them so that way they can continue to make games, and these employees can still keep their jobs. It's just sad, because it's like, damn, why are these studios closing? I had somebody sound like he was being smart, but he was saying like, these studios are closing because they obviously, because they're not making money. It's common sense. And I'm like, okay, that's part of it, but it's not common sense because that hasn't been said. We don't even know. And the reason why we don't know is because if these studios wasn't making money, Compulsion Games was in the midst of making another game. That money had to come from somewhere. South of Midnight had to make some type of money, right? So we don't know if that was the reason. These studios close all the time. Studios close all the time, but we don't know if that's because they not just not making money. You understand what I'm saying? And if they're not making money, find another way to, where they can get funding or subsidize for them. You feel me? I feel like, with games like South of Midnight being on the Xbox Game Pass, that probably hurt it, because people like me didn't buy it. I played it on the Game Pass when I was subscribed to it. But I can see how, a lot of people didn't play it because fucking Xbox, they are terrible when it comes to marketing their smaller games. Terrible. And it's sad because it's like, remember all those studios that they bought 13 years ago? 12 years ago, they bought all these studios, right? They bought a shit ton of studios and they didn't do anything with them. They fucked around and bought studios like Activision and Bethesda for multi-billions of dollars, and nobody told them to. And they thought Call of Duty was gonna subsidize that, you at least help them break even on that purchase, and it didn't. Now they closing all these other studios that are lesser, and they not doing nothing to market these smaller studios at all, or these smaller games. They not doing a damn thing at all. So we have nobody but Microsoft to blame for this shit. To be honest with you, it's like, okay, they might not be making money, but why else are they not making money? Why else are these games not being put to the forefront? It's more than just, oh, they not making. We don't, motherfuckers just making assumptions out here based off of whatever the case may be. Like, yeah, that's part of it, but there's other shit to it. And we have nobody but Microsoft to blame. So it's just sad, man. It's just sad. Like, Bungie might end up going under. They laid off half of their staff. 400 motherfuckers that Bungie was made up of 800 niggas. They laid off half of that. 400 folks now don't have a job. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just nasty work out here, man. There's a lot of other studios out here that's just laying off people, or they just going under. The studio that made the video game Berserk, they just went under. The studio that made Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers, they just went under earlier this year. Like, man, it's nasty out here, and and the job market fucking sucks for any industry that you in. It's a lot of people out here that ain't got no jobs, and they're still worried about and that are worried how they are gonna pay their bills and feed themselves or their children. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just nasty out here, man. The gaming, like, we are in the best time as far as video games being made and to be a gamer, but not for folks that are in the gaming industry, because layoffs are happening left and right. And it's a lot of these positions that are going to be taken by AI. We already know that's going to happen. You feel me? Especially with Microsoft. You know where they headed. You know what they want to do. They trying to get as many, they're going to lay off these people so that way one person can do the job of 6 with the help of AI. A lot of motherfuckers keep saying, oh, there's going to be a relearning, a restructuring of this, that, and the third. But it's like, okay, I understand that. But if you got 10 people that can do the jobs of 40, then where are these people are going to work? Now that's 40 niggas that ain't got a job. Now let's just say we take 10. Let's just say they take 10 from that 40 that ain't got a job. Those 10 got hired. Now you got 30 that still needs a job. That 10 is now doing that 10 is now doing the job of 40, right? And that's going to continue to increase over time. Like, you think they're just gonna stop at motherfuckers? Oh, 10 people can do the job. They're gonna get it to where 2 niggas can do the job of 100 because of AI. You understand what I'm saying? And motherfuckers, that's never gonna happen, or they can't do that now. Us as humans are always looking to improve upon whatever it is. Things are going to improve. AI is to the point where it can learn on its own and improve. You understand what I'm saying? Based off the information that is already on the internet, or that was given and fed and shit like that. Like, things improve over time. They don't regress. So what make a motherfucker think within the next 50 years? Shit, I'm being too generous. What make motherfuckers think within the next 10 years that, or let's say 15, within the next 15 years, where there's gonna be 5 people doing the job of 200 motherfuckers because they got the help of AI? They will make it possible. They're gonna find a way. So just a food for thought, man. I just want motherfuckers to think more long term about this type of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And we talk about UBI and all of that shit as well. It's kind of like, okay, how is all of that gonna work? And I spoke about this shit before. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people out here without jobs, and UBI will have to be inevitable. But I digress. So let's go ahead and continue, man, on to the next topic: movies and TV shows. So me and my girl, we watched this movie called Do You Know Me? The plot was dumb as hell. So basically, it was about a girl that found out that she was adopted, and the man that was her real father didn't want nothing to do with her because of something. I don't know. He was a politician, a shitty politician. But he ain't want nothing to do with his daughter because of some reason. But apparently The man had blackmail. It was blackmail against that man, or whatever the case may be. Shorty had a brother that ended up being the villain, and it I forgot the plot. Remember when I talked about Obsession, and I remembered a lot of things from the movie, and I talked about that shit damn near to the T. It's not like this for this movie because the movie just wasn't that good. You can go ahead and watch it for yourself. It's a good watch if you just want to watch something shitty or something that don't make you be like, I need something to watch. Maybe something to laugh at. You understand what I'm saying? The acting wasn't really all that either. It wasn't that good of a movie. I thoroughly disliked the plot. Hated the ending. The shit just didn't make sense. It just didn't make sense, bro. It wasn't that good of a movie. It wasn't that good of a movie. Me and my girl started watching From again. Really good show. Really, really good show. I think I talked about this last week or the last episode. I don't really remember. But if y'all have not watched it, go watch From. Basically, you know what? I think I talked about this when I was streaming. So From, I forgot the actors' names. I'm not really good with actors' names. I know people's faces. And I have a hard time of saying, oh, they played in such and such too. I'm just not. That's not my forte. But basically, From is about It's about a group of people that constantly goes to this one area, and when they get to this one area, they try to pass through it. They can't leave. It's basically like they're in a loop. So say they like, okay. They drive through they go through the road, they make a left turn, they found out making another left turn back into the town that they were in. Some crazy shit. Now the kicker is there's a bunch of different people at a lot of different times of their life that showed up in this area at one time. Like it's a character in that show that's been there since he was a child. Never able to leave. Never able to leave. And people are trying to figure out how they can get out of this area. They can't find a way. They working together. They live off the land. Basically, they trapped here in this one spot on the map in the United States of America. And for some reason, there's something in the universe that's pulling these people together, and they are constantly getting stuck here. And there's more people that comes every so often to this new area. And the shit sounds fucking garbage, but here's the kicker. At night, they cannot be outside because there's these things, I don't know what they call them, but they're like ghosts. But they come through and they will eat these people alive if they get caught outside. And they can persuade you to let them in the house. They be knocking, and if you don't have this amulet that hangs above the door or wherever you need to have it placed in the house so the way they can't get in, then you're pretty much fucked. Interesting plot. Very good acting. I can't wait until they fill this plot hole because I really want to know what are these things, why is this amulet there, and how did they find this amulet to begin with? Because we don't even know how they found this motherfucker. So there's some plot holes that I think that need to be filled, and hopefully those questions are answered during the show. Go check that shit out, man. My girl got me watching Real Housewives of Atlanta. I never watched it growing up at all. Like it never really was my thing. Like I remember watching a couple episodes of Bad Girls Club growing up, but that's only because there was a bunch of women on the show. So I was like, oh yeah, I do want to watch this shit. Like it's decent, but I wasn't really a reality TV show guy. You feel me? I watched Flavor of Love. Too young to be watching Flavor of Love, but I did watch Flavor of Love. I Love New York. I liked those shows growing up. The one reality TV show that Monique had, I forgot what that was called, but that was pretty decent. X Factor. That's really it. I didn't watch Jersey Shore. I didn't watch Real Housewives. I didn't watch Little Women. I didn't watch a lot of the stuff. My Strange Addiction. I used to watch that. That was pretty cool. I used to watch a few episodes of that. But that was really, I didn't really watch too much reality TV for real. I kind of wish I did because that's just fun to talk about now, hindsight. So, I'm doing some catch up. I hate that I'm doing some catch up. I wish I was into a lot more TV stuff. I was mostly outside a lot, you know what I'm saying? So when I did watch TV, it was just like, okay, I'm watching cartoons or I'm playing the game. You feel me? So yeah, man, it's decent. Like I see why people used to love it, and I see why people are nostalgic about it now. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of the women on there, like they be throwing a lot of shade. They be having a lot of comebacks. They be talking shit. It's a good show, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like you can tell, like when that shit started coming around, Love and Hip Hop, again, the little women of LA and shit like that. You know, all of those shows, you could tell that was peak reality TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're never gonna get anything like that again. We're gonna get something similar, maybe just as good, but not quite as often. We're never gonna get anything like that again. And then the people that pioneered those shows, we're not gonna get personalities like that ever again. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just cool to see, man. And again, I wish I definitely watched a lot of that shit growing up, especially in my teen years, just because it was pretty interesting. I probably would have liked it growing up for sure. Make sure y'all stay hydrated, man. I gotta take another sip of this water. So yeah, that's basically all I got for movies and TV. It's decent as hell. I ain't gonna lie. It's pretty cool, man. I can't wait to watch more. Right now, the hottest thing right now is Love Island. My girl was telling me this is the Super Bowl of reality TV because they do it once a year around this time every single year. So motherfuckers really be looking forward to that. I'm trying to catch up to it. You know, my girl, she be wanting to watch. I be like, damn, I gotta get all this other stuff out the way. But I'm gonna catch up though, because a lot of people in our community, they love that shit. And motherfuckers trying to get me and my girl to join up to watch with them. I'm like, all right, I gotta catch up, man. But it is interesting though. I ain't gonna lie. I pass by the TV, I be looking, and I sit there for a couple seconds like, damn, what the fuck going on? Why she crying? Why dude upset? Why they laughing? Why he talking shit about whoopty bam? You feel me? Like, it's some interesting shit. I ain't gonna lie. It's good TV. Moving on, comics and books. I ain't been reading no comics, but I've been on a streak. I've been reading The Changing World Order by Ray Dalio. I've been taking, like, instead of me doing like an hour, I've shortened it. I've got it to 30 minutes. And I've been making a lot of progress within 30 minutes too. I'm like, okay, this is decent. 20 to 30 minutes. I'm getting through a lot of pages. I'm on chapter 7. Man, the shit that I'm learning within this book is crazy. So I be forgetting to have my book right here, and I don't be wanting to get up to get it. But basically, the rise and fall of the empire, man, is just crazy. It's a lot of things that he was talking about in that book is happening right now, and it's a lot of different things that was happening throughout time, like maybe one or two at a time, where it's like 4 different things that are happening right now. So the wars, the debasement of the U.S. currency, people, the wealth transfer, the changing of power with China is going to be the next superpower, or we're going to be all going to be on the even playing field as far as that. Let me see. The weakening of the United States empire. You know, certain countries are joining together to make a whole, like, it's a lot of different things that are happening all at once. It's a crazy experience for me because, you know, I read about this stuff and I try to keep up on the time because I'm an investor. So I try to keep up with a lot of this stuff, and it's just a crazy experience. Like, damn, this is how I'm prepping for this type of stuff. Like, I'm glad that I know about this shit because there's a lot of people that really have no clue and they don't know how to navigate through these times. But I'm learning how to navigate through these times. You feel me? So it's just a crazy experience for me. What I'm gonna start doing, I'm gonna have my book with me, and where I've taken notes, I'm gonna read those shits off to you and be like, yo, this is what I learned. Because obviously I'm not fully grasping it because I can't, like, basically repeat it word for word or whatever. But the remnants of what I'm learning, what I'm reading is there. You feel me? So I'm progressing through The Changing World Order by Ray Dalio. I'm on chapter 7. From part 2 to 3, the chapters are pretty short, so that's pretty good. It's just crazy, man. Ray Dalio, you could tell that he really takes this shit serious because that nigga is what's going on right now, he got that shit down to the T in his book. I'm like, damn. He really been studying this shit for real. And if you understand what's going on right now in the world, you can see everything that's lining up or that's been happening. It's just happening more it's more emphasized now. You understand what I'm saying? So I recommend y'all to go check that shit out. I've been enjoying the book a lot more. I was saying it was boring, but that's only because I've been trying to force myself to read for an hour, and I'm not all that interested like that. It's a boring book, but good, really, really, really good information. So if you want to know how the rise and fall of empires work, how money works, debt, and all of that shit, go read that book, man. How wars determine outcome for certain countries when they win or lose, and what would be the best scenario for countries to have more win-win scenarios than lose-lose scenarios, or how countries put themselves in a predicament to where they be in a lose-lose situation anyway. Oh, so this is what I can remember, right? When countries are going through hardships, and then they change the way they value their money and their employees, shit, basically, and the citizens of that country, when the country start to produce more, and the money that the money that they are making is matching the production, and then they hit a sense of euphoria where motherfuckers start to get sloppy. They start to take on more debt than they can pay for. And then that ends up fucking over the economy, right? Because they just got greedy and careless because they are in good times. This is where the hard times create strong men create good times, and then good times create weak men. Then that whole cycle, that's basically what that cycle was explaining to me. It's like, now that I know that's how that works, I understand, okay, what we going through, this is meant to happen. Unless there's a drastic change to where we don't repeat this cycle and we create a new cycle, because everything runs in cycles. Just look at it in the most the most human form. A woman, they go through cycles all the time. You understand what I'm saying? So everything else goes through cycles as well. The rise and falls, tide goes in, the tide comes in, tide goes out, ups and downs. You go through cycles emotionally. So it's the same thing when it comes to economics. Everything just cycles. Everything transfers, things switches, things change. Then that's the one thing that stays the same. So now that I'm learning and fully getting the understanding of what's going on, like, okay, this shit is basically this is meant to happen. Specifically within economics, this is meant to happen. It's just everything is a change of hands, man. We have the largest wealth transfer in our human history. Our great grandchildren ain't gonna see no shit like this. So we in a time right now we can get a slice of this shit, man. But I'm gonna say that the rest of that conversation for later. Y'all already know, man. But that's about it. I am on chapter 7 of The Changing World Order by Ray Dalio, and I'm enjoying what I'm reading for sure. Now let's go ahead and talk about music. You already know this is my favorite portion of the pod. One of my favorite portions of the pod. Let me see how I want to start this shit off. So, the famous producer, Tay Keith, with the tagline, Tay Keith, fuck these niggas up. R.I.P. him, man. He passed away at 29 years old, man. Tay Keith passed away at 29 years old. I didn't really do any due diligence on how he passed away, but I'm going ahead and look at it now. Damn, he was born September 20th, 1996. He was a fellow Virgo. Man's from Memphis. I'm trying to see. My girl had told me that apparently they had did a wellness check, and they found him in his home, I believe unconscious. If y'all not familiar, he made the hot single Sicko Mode for Travis Scott. Went crazy. You understand what I'm saying? Grammy nominated producer. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he worked with Future. I'm reading this shit. Future, Travis Scott, Beyonce. Like, the man had a crazy, crazy resume, bro. A crazy resume. They saying his death is unclassified pending autopsy results. So, you know, they still not saying how he passed, or they don't know how he passed. It's just crazy, man. R.I.P. this man. Let's go ahead and give a moment of silence for this young brethren. R.I.P. Tay Keith, bro. That shit's sad as hell. In lighter news, I had on the notes that I listened to both Crybaby by Vince Staples and Surrender by Navy Blue. That's a motherfucking lie. I only listened to Surrender. I listened to that last night while I was getting through my demos. And I've been trying to multitask. And man, listen. Listen. I'm gonna listen to Crybaby over the weekend because there's a lot of music coming out. But goddamn it, Navy Blue done it again. For those of you who knows him as Sage, he's done it again. Surrender is like, so he has one of these. So he got this song where he said that he experienced death at 5, and I was just like, damn, bruh. I can kind of relate to that. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna get to that a little later. I don't want it to be too sad and shit. But I'm like, damn, I can relate to that in a way. Like, the man sound like he was pouring his heart out on this shit, bro. Like, Navy Blue is one of the best writers of our lifetime. I'm not sorry to say that at all. Navy Blue is one of the best writers of our generation. He's up there with Earl, and they homies. So it makes sense. He up there with Earl, bro, dropping this album Surrender right after, and this is crazy too, because he dropped this shit right after he dropped The Sword and the Soaring in 2025, which is another great album. And he's very consistent. He been dropping down there every year since 2020. And he dropped another album in 2024 called Memoirs and Armor. I love that album. That shit is fire. Go listen to Navy Blue today. If you have not heard of Navy Blue, I highly recommend you listen to this shit, man. If I was to recommend anything, let me go ahead and put this up here. If I was to recommend anything, I would recommend Baron, Surrender. That's the SIRRENDR. That's the name of the album, Surrender. Reflections, love that song. Belladonna with Earl Sweatshirt. Circa with Ka, R.I.P. Ka. And The Birth of Medicine. I'm gonna get the vinyl for this shit. I don't know if he dropped any. I don't know if he have any merch for this shit. Hopefully he does. Hopefully he drops a vinyl for this goddamn album, because I'm gonna be picking that up. This shit is fucking fire. This might be the best album of the year. This might be the best album of the year. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This shit sounds so different from anything that anybody else had put out, bro. I'm gonna give it a third listen. My bad, a third listen for sure. Cause I listened to it this morning as well. This shit is fire, bro. This shit is fire. Oh, no. I listened to a couple songs off of it this morning. I'm going to give it a full second listen, and then I'm going to put it on shuffle for a third time. This shit is lit, man. Go listen to Navy Blue today. One of the greatest songwriters of our generation, man. Like, it's not too many people in all of rap history that could put their pen next to Navy Blue, and I can stand on that. Let me see. Raven Lene. She's one of my favorite singers. It's funny because I don't know why I do this with artists that I really like. I skip, like, they release the album, I like it, then I skip an album, and then I go back to it later once I realize that they dropping another one. And that's what I did with Raven Lene. She's from Chicago. But she can sing her ass off, man. And the album that I skipped out on was Love Me Not, Love Is Blind. I heard a couple songs off of this motherfucker, and I did like it. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back and listen to the whole thing. But the album that I listened to before that was Hypnos. And I did like this album. I was like, oh, this shit is fucking fire. So go listen to Hypnos. And she dropping a new album called Blue Island. It comes out in 48 days. I will be there. I'm going to listen to her other shit before this even come out. And it's pretty short. It's 14 songs long. She already got 2 songs out for it. I'm not going to, 3 songs out, my bad. I'm not going to listen to it though. I'm just going to go into that motherfucker head first. Head first. Go listen to Raven Lene today. She fire, boy. I would love to interview her. I would have to do some research on her because I'm pretty sure her background goes far pretty deep because she been releasing music since she was like, I believe 16. If I'm not mistaken, she been releasing the music since she was like 16. So yeah, man, go listen to Raven Lene, man. Go listen to Raven Lene today. I'm telling you, your ass will not be disappointed. She might fuck around to be one of your favorite artists. Whole time, you just never know. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go to her EPs. That's what it probably was classified under. Oh, she dropped this EP called Crush. And I love every song on this motherfucker. Sticky, I love that song. Closer, OD to You, love that song. Computer Love with Steve Lacy, love that song. The Night Song, I think that's my favorite song on this motherfucker. That shit fire. I think I know every word to all these songs on here. It's a 5-song EP. Go listen to that motherfucker, man. Oh, the Moon Shoes EP. I believe she was like 16 or 17 when she dropped this shit. This shit was decent, man. Go back and listen to Raven Lene, bruh. She can sing. She got her own style. Ain't nobody out here like her, bruh. I ain't gonna lie to you. Then you got Rap City. No, oh shit, that's the wrong one. Rap City. She dropping a new album called God Got an Afro and Gold Hoops. Now, I only listened to a couple of songs on her last album that she had dropped called Please Don't Cry that came out back in 2024. I heard Eve, this was fucking fire. I love this album. That shit was lit. Please Don't Cry. Again, I heard a few songs off of this hoe and I definitely enjoyed them. It got 22 songs on it. Normally when it's songs and I see they 22 songs long, I tend to, push it off a little bit because that's just a lot of songs to get through. But Please Don't Cry, that from what I heard, I definitely like those songs, and actually dropping a whole new album called God Got an Afro. Listen. God Got an Afro and Gold Hoops. I can't wait for this motherfucker to drop, man. This is gonna be 16 tracks long. I'm here for it. I have not heard the single that's off of this motherfucker. I'm not gonna listen to it. Like Raven Lene's album, I'm gonna jump into that motherfucker head first. So yeah, man, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait for this shit to drop, bro. There's so much good music coming out this year. So many good artists that's dropping music. I told you about Sinead, and she dropped this song called Solitude with Veda and Noah's World. Go listen to that motherfucker. It's this artist named Ombre. I believe it's a woman. Yeah, Ombre is the woman. I heard this one song from her. I don't remember what it was called. But she's on Absol's album. She's on the song Art of Seduction. Herbert. I heard this one song, I think it was on YouTube. I forgot what it was called, but she's dropping something, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be there. I can't wait to see what's to it. I'm definitely gonna dive deep into her catalog because it seems like she has a lot of music that I need to go ahead and dive into. She's been dropping music since I know before this, but on Spotify, guys, it has up to 2019 album called Pope. But I'm gonna be there though. She dropping this new album called Peyote. I'm gonna be there. Let me see, who else? Do I have anybody else? Oh, Wiki. He dropped a new album. It's called Ancient History. I haven't heard it yet. I only heard one song off of that motherfucker. And it's called IHNY. I don't know what the acronym stands for. I'm gonna go back and listen to it. Go listen to Wiki. He's another person who's people's pen can't stand next to his shit, boy. Wiki can rap his ass off. I love Wiki. I'm definitely gonna go back and listen to this motherfucker, man. I just been overwhelmed with a lot of so much music. I just ain't had the time to go back and listen to this shit. So go listen to Wiki, Ancient History. I like the title of the album, and the cover art is decent too. Go listen to Wiki, man. Wiki. Wiki. Let me see. Jadacy. He's dropping a new album. Jadacsea. He's dropping a new album. It's called what's that shit called? Holly Grove. He dropping a new album called Holly Grove. And this nigga is from, I believe, from the UK. Let me go ahead and check and see real quick. I believe he's from the UK. He can rap. I'm not really into UK artists, but it be the way that they be rapping on. I ain't really feeling that shit, man. I ain't really feeling that shit. So I think he from the UK or Australia. I forgot where he from, but he from over there. He from over there somewhere, but he can rap. He can rap. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna lie to you. He got this one album called, let me see. Is it The Corner? Yeah, The Corner Volume 1. They say I got 10 songs that I like by him. Oh, it's because Mike is on that shit. Yeah. He can rap though. Go listen to Cobra. That's one of the songs that's on the album, that's going to be on the album. It drops in 5 days. Guess what? I'm gonna be there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Cobra is hard. Surf Gang is on the production. I love the beat. And he rapping that motherfucker, man. He flowing over that hoe. I said, okay, I see you, boy. I'm fucking with it. So yeah, I can't wait for that hoe to drop. I can't wait for that hoe to drop, man. I'm definitely gonna be there. I did not have a song queued up for y'all to listen to. So you know what? I think I'm gonna play that one song by him called Cobra. I was gonna do something else. Oh no, I already did that for y'all. YouTube, I'm gonna apologize in advance. You won't be able to hear this shit if you're listening to this on YouTube. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and play that shit, man. This is going to be Cobra by Jadacy. Let's go ahead and check this shit out right now. And that was Cobra by Jadacy. That shit was a vibe, wasn't it? That shit sounded smooth as hell. He was flowing on that motherfucker. That's a lot of UK rappers that be rapping that bullshit, or I don't know if he's from the UK, but this niggas that be having his accent, that be rapping all that bullshit, and I don't even want to hear that shit, man, over them weak ass beats too. Only motherfuckers like MF Doom, but you know, yeah, MF Doom, Little Sims, Slick Rick, them folks, I listen to them. I love them, and they not rapping. They not rapping that bullshit, bro. I'm just gonna say it that. But Jadacy, that shit was fire, bro. Go listen to Cobra, man. Holly Grove comes out in 5 days, so do not miss out on that motherfucker, bro. I definitely can't wait for it, because the song sound like that. I'm like, oh, this shit sound decent. And the other song too, you can listen to, it's called Intent. I like that song too. I listened to it when he dropped it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is decent, bro. This is decent. And he's gonna have Anicia Kim on here. I like Anicia Kim. Her music is not really for me, but she do be making some vibes. But she got a couple songs I can vibe with. Mike. Fire. He's in 10K, by the way, so that's why you see a lot of these names. Doing Dita. I don't know about John Glacier. I don't know who that is. I'm about to go ahead and do my research, do my homework on that. But yeah, man, go check out Jadacy, bro. He can rap. He got this song with Niante called Holding On. Go check that shit out too. That motherfucker decent as hell. Beat fire, and he flown on that hoe too, man. So definitely check that shit out when you get the chance, man. That nigga Jadacy, he hard. I ain't gonna hold you. He can rap, man. He can rap. I was going to get into the miscellaneous news, man. I had this ready for last week, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it here. I ain't really get much miscellaneous news, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this shit right now, man. They say Meta launches a $115 million training program with guaranteed data center jobs. This is nasty. These billionaires are able to build and do what the fuck they want to do because they are fucking billionaires. They have more money than the average motherfucker can spend on this planet. Mark Zuckerberg, what's his name? Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary, Elon, goddamn, and whoever else, all the other billionaires that's investing in these data centers, man, and hiring folks to, basically work and I feel like trapping them within this shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this data center movement is nasty. And like Kevin O'Leary, his bitch ass, he built a fucking data center, and I believe in Utah, and the citizens voted against it. They said they didn't want to do it, and they proceeded with the building anyway. And it's using up fresh air, fresh motherfucking water. You feel me? Fresh water, a shit ton of water, like fresh drinking water. To power to help operate these data centers. And that's not fair to the people or the citizens of that town that relies on these resources. It gets to a point where it's like, where all of these billionaires and shit like that have to, not have to, like these billionaires basically buying up everything, hoarding everything. When is enough going to be enough? And how much of these resources are going to be available to the average motherfucker without having to pay for them? Like, a nigga should be able to go to a pond and a river, scoop up some water, do their little cleansing, whatever you gotta do, however you get the water clean and do that shit, right? I mean, I say a pond, but a river. Clean that water and do what they gotta do. Motherfuckers shouldn't have to pay for water. People's light bills are going up who have data centers built next to within the vicinity of their homes. People's light bills are going up astronomically. And the city ain't footing that bill, but the city is allowing for these data centers to be built in these areas. They building one, they trying to build one where I'm at now. And I can only imagine how much they're gonna boost the light bill. I can only imagine how much fresh water that is gonna be used to help operate this data center. Like, I can only imagine. And it seems like they're not slowing down with this shit, bro. And it's gonna get worse if we don't speak up and do anything about it. This is fucking gross. It's disgusting. And let's go ahead and get into this article, bro, because this is how they trapped it. They said, my bad, I ain't mean to do that in y'all ear. The tuition-free program represents Meta's largest workforce investment to date, as the company races to build the physical infrastructure needed to support its artificial intelligence ambitions. Graduates will receive full-time positions, with general contractors involved in expanding Meta's data center network, according to Reuters report. They said expanding a growing pipeline. The announcement builds on Meta's Level Up Fiber Technician Pathway, a free 4-week program launched in April in partnership with CBRE that trains workers with no prior experience for fiber technician roles. America's Workforce Academy expands the scope of that effort, offering a 5-week curriculum that will pilot in Louisiana, Ohio, Indiana, and Texas states, where Meta has major data center projects under construction or planned. And I really do feel like the citizens of these areas can fight back against this and really be like, nah, we don't want this shit here. Especially if these data centers aren't built there yet. They should be able to, like, the government only has as much power as we allow them to have. We are the ones that has to eat off this land, drink from this land, feed from this land, live off of this land, run, walk, protect these animals that are on this land, because these animals are very important to this infrastructure as well. The animals and these bugs and everything was natural to the earth is very important for our survival, point blank, period. And if we have these solar farms and these AI data centers fucking up the economy, fucking up the ecosystem, fucking up our living situation, because we're gonna get charged and get fit the bill on the back end for all of this water that's being used up and all this electricity that's being used up as well, then we should have a say in what gets built and what needs to happen and how things are gonna be built and how it's gonna happen around this motherfucker. We should and we do have that power to say, hey, we don't want this shit. And it goes further than just saying, oh, hey, Like, did y'all vote for this? Did y'all? I'm pretty sure y'all didn't. Y'all vote didn't go to this shit, bro. But yet again, things that we don't want to happen are continuously happening. We don't have to stand for this shit here. We can stand for what's right in protecting these animals, and which in turn protects our own well-being. Because a lot of people don't see that shit. A lot of people just think that these animals out here and they're just here and they don't play an important role to our survival, and they definitely do. These bugs, like, so simple. Let's just break it down here, right? It's something so simple as this. Something that you might think is so small, but it's bigger than us. If all of the bees were to die, we're dead. Why? Because they won't be able to pollinate to create more flowers and shit like that, more nectar for them to feed off of, to spread seeds for more flowers and trees and shit like that to grow for us to breathe. If all of the bees were to die today, we will, as the earth, everything on this planet that we know it now will be dead within, I think it's like, I want to say it's been a range between of 3 years and 10 years. We will be done for. It's something just as simple as that. So all of this shit that's happening right now with our ecosystem and, our resources are depleting slowly but surely. Well, shit, I ain't even gonna say slowly but surely, because there's so many things that's happening that are harming us outside of these AI data centers. There's so many, let me repeat that. There's been so many things harming us outside these data centers. It don't make any goddamn sense, man. So the more that we continue on with this life, and we're not seeking change, or demanding what we want to see for our future, our children, within the next 10 to 15 years, the next 25 years, the next 50 years, the generation, Gen A, Gen Alpha, when they start having children, they children might end up being fucked. Because we not doing what we need to do as Gen Xers, baby boomers, millennials, and Gen Z in this day and age to make sure that the generations after us have a good well-being. Our sole purpose on this earth is to make sure that we survive generations after we're gone. That's our main purpose on this earth, is to produce and make sure that the ones come before us have a better living situation. Even for us who don't have children, we can still make an impact for the generations that come after us. That is what we want. That is what we should be striving for. But it'd be hard if all of our resources are either hoarded by the ones who have the money to buy all of this shit, or being depleted by things that don't even need to be here. There's a lot of different ways that we can go about this. Like, Buddy that made that machine, and he called what you could turn plastic into gasoline. They call it plastoline. If we can find more measures that can rid of these landfills, rid a lot of this plastic, rid a lot of these microplastics within the oceans, which is getting into the fish that y'all eat, which is from the clothes that we wear, because a lot of the clothes that we wear is made from polyester and nylon, which is plastic. And we can find a way to rid a lot of these things moving forward, we'll be in a better situation just 5 years from now. Like, I always go back to this example whenever I talk about this stuff, and this is how you know humans are the problem. Remember when the pandemic hit and everybody was stuck in the house, and y'all seen, if you was paying attention, news articles about how a lot of the things that weren't growing were starting to grow back. A lot of the animals that ain't been seen in years or was being pushed out because human civilization was basically pushing a lot of these animals shit out of their own natural habitats instead of us building around these natural habitats and living within these natural habitats instead of us, you know what I'm saying, living amongst nature. Those animals started to come back and flourish and thrive. I always go back to that example because human beings are the problem to the earth, point blank period, and there's no way of getting around that. You can argue with your mama, your daddy, that's just the honest truth. Human beings are the problem to the survival of other species on this planet, because the earth is always going to be here. The earth is going to be earth. Earth is going to be earth, period. But everything that's living amongst the earth may not be here because of human destruction. And the more we sit around and not speak up about this shit, the more we sit around just like, well, whatever, what can I do about it? The more we feel like we don't have a voice or we don't have the physical means to do anything about what's taking place, the more we go about it, the more we think that we don't have, like I said, the means or the capabilities to make this change, then the more this shit is gonna happen. And the more our ecosystem for our well-being will be no more. There was something else I had to say about it. I was gonna say, and it was gonna hit home, and it probably come back to me a little later, but the more we sit around and do nothing, everything is gonna happen. And it's gonna be worse than just you not being able to pay your bills. It's gonna be worse than, not being able to send your child to daycare. It's gonna be worse than nigga, do you know did y'all know, or did you know that there are organizations right now that are trying to keep certain species of food alive and in certain areas that they don't grow anymore because of human destruction, because humans decided to plant their feet and destroy what was there? There are people that are growing seeds. You can buy these seeds. And I'm gonna definitely partake and get some of it that you won't be able to find these certain things in grocery stores anymore. Like in 10 years, there's gonna be certain food that is normal for us to eat that we won't see around anymore. Certain species of kale, certain species of cabbage, carrots, certain species of mushrooms, shit like that gives us benefits to, nourish our health and things like that. Like, we're gonna be without those things in 10 years. And it's becoming more and more rapid. And the only way that we're gonna see a change with that is if we really stand up on our own 2 fucking feet and really be like, yo, we gotta take this shit more serious. So all you dumbass niggas that's, especially you dumbass racist ass niggas, like, you not listening to this shit, no way. But all them dumbasses or people that's so worried about, basically the shit that ultimately doesn't matter at the end of the day, we are going to be without a lot of things moving forward. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm just trying to get your head out of your ass and really open your mind up to be like, yo, and there are solutions, which is the crazy part. We have some more radical, irrational, extremist solutions. And then we have more so of the solidarity solution, if you will, that we could partake in. And that's learning how to grow our own food. And I don't want to sound intimidating, and then I don't want that to be intimidating for you. You don't have to grow a fucking shit ton of food in a garden. I'm gonna have an expansive garden. I'm going to have an expansive garden. I mean massive. Because I have a mission along with not just my family, but others as well. I have a mission. It's on top of everything else that I'm doing. Like, I have several missions. And, some are going to take priority sometimes than others, but I have a mission with a lot of this stuff. But we can grow our own food, and you can start with the easiest things, like growing potatoes, and you can learn how to do that shit. Like, I failed growing potatoes last year, but I'm going to put my foot back in the dirt, put my hands back in the dirt, and try to attempt to grow them again. And I want to grow 3 different species of potatoes: russet potatoes, Japanese sweet potatoes, and garnet yams. I want to grow those 3, and those are some easy potatoes to grow. But my point in saying is because you can start with something just as simple as that, just as small as that, and then you can start selling that stuff to get some extra income. Or you can go to a farmer's market. You can give those potatoes away. You understand what I'm saying? You could probably cook meals that's potato based and give it to the homeless or something like that, or take it to places that, you know what I'm saying, like children's homes and shit like that probably can take food and all of that type of thing. You understand? Or give it away to your neighbors and shit. You understand what I'm saying? Or if you do have this food, y'all, hey, I got such and such potatoes. I noticed that you like to bake sweet potato pie. You ain't got to go to the store and buy no potatoes, buy a pie, or for mashed potatoes, whatever. I got you if you can give me this. Start bartering. You understand what I'm saying? I think, like, a lot of people miss out on like the bigger picture. Because I remember I seen on TikTok, like, people saying we got to go back to bartering, as if, using money is going to be obsolete. We're still going to be in a world where we have to use money to do certain things, but now we can implement a bunch of different systems as we see fit. So we don't just have to pay for every motherfucking thing. We can grow our own food and then barter with our neighbors, and then things that we have to pay for, we can go pay for that shit. This is just so that way we can eliminate a part of a bill. You understand what I'm saying? Within a bill. So, for example, the grocery thing. If groceries is something that you go buy groceries every week, every 2 weeks, however you do it, or you buy potato, you can eliminate potatoes from that grocery bill because you are either growing them or you are getting them from a neighbor that grows them, and y'all are exchanging things in return. I cut your grass if you give me some potatoes. Shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? We have the technology, we have the tools, we have the resources, we have the knowledge, the information to implement a lot of the different systems to better ourselves. It don't have to just be one thing like yesteryear. Those days are dead as fuck. Doing this one way work. So like, pensions. I'm gonna work here for 30 years. I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna get a pension. That shit dead. They laying off niggas left and right. And by the time we get 60, we might not even have a motherfucking pension. A 401k plan. That motherfucker is tied to the stock market. The stock market, let's say you close to retirement, you got money in your 401k plan, the stock market crashed today. Now you gotta work a couple extra years. But it ain't got to be like that, because you can have a life insurance policy, you can have dividends, you can have your 401k plan and make sure that your company match it. You can have a Roth IRA plan. You can have you can grow your own food, barter with motherfuckers. Look what you can implement all of these different systems all at one time, and it can best benefit you. This is how we have to start thinking as a civilization, as citizens of a country that don't give a fuck about us. You understand? Because everything is coming back community-based any motherfucking way. So we might as well go ahead and start what we can. There should be no reason why motherfuckers out here hungry. There should be no reason why motherfuckers out here homeless. There should be I'm about to listen. I'm telling y'all, G. And we're gonna move on to the next thing within the miscellaneous news. We're gonna get into the investment part. And I'm gonna continue this conversation further on. But I'm telling y'all, G, when it comes to this real estate, hell, even in the game, anything that I'm putting my hands on, that I'm putting my voice to, my face to, all of this shit, I'm gonna make a change to it. So when it comes to this real estate, I'm making a change on how real estate is being done. I'm gonna make a change on that shit. When it comes to helping people in the homelessness and me growing my own food and owning all this land, when it comes to all of this shit, I'm about to shake I'm shaking shit up within my paradigm already just from me speaking this way. Okay? I'm already shaking shit up just from speaking this way as it is. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is already from my mind. What thoughts that I have in my mind becomes my words and become my reality. Eventually I can hold it right here in my hands. So that change is here, and it's been here, and it's changing as I progress through time. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to shift, I'm about to shake up a lot of shit, man. And I'm going to continue to do the pod. I'm going to continue to do my gaming stuff while also owning real estate, all of this all these assets, and, you know, helping the homeless and all. I'm gonna listen. I have a mission to change all of this shit, bro. And part of my mission is to get you to see this idea that can become a reality. And, you know, a lot of people say it's easier said than done, but I really do think that what I'm talking about right now can be as easy as it's being said. All it takes is a little dedication, a little bit of time. And then with time, you get better with stuff. And as you get better, you can teach others. Then they start doing it. Again, we are in a very community based society now. It is, at least that's where things are headed. It's not, oh, I'm gonna do it all by my own individualism. That shit dead. We need a community now. I mean, just think about it. I know some of y'all seen that Asian nigga that was talking about how, oh, don't buy shit, when black people were saying we're gonna protest against a lot of Asian stores within the black community, and we're gonna support more black and you know, put money back into our pockets. There was a lot of folks that was mad at that shit because we said we were gonna put money back into our pockets. Community based. Because of that spawned a few videos from what I seen from women, from some black women, saying that, oh, they been supporting black anyway. They were showing how all of the things, damn near everything that they had in their house was black owned. We need to get black owned furniture stores now. We need to get black owned gas stations, and we need to get gas stations, grocery stores. If niggas want to open up a liquor store, I don't condone that, but if you do want to do that, hey, at least it'll be black. And the motherfucker be buying from a black liquor store. You understand what I'm saying? I don't condone that shit. You feel me? But it is what it is. We need to, I don't condone that though. But we need to get more black on all of that shit. But there's, like I said, there was some black women that I seen on TikTok. And I say those videos where they showing, oh, they are buying everything black, basically, from the tissue that they buy, the hair care stuff, facial care stuff, certain appliances, all of that shit, cleaning products, all of that shit, black. That's just to give you an example on what I mean by we are going to be in community based. And then people that's outside of the black community that want to fuck with us, they can fuck with us. You feel me? But as soon as the motherfuckers act stupid, they gone. Point blank, there ain't no conversation like, well, shit, another one bites the dust. It ain't like, oh, damn, I should have known. I should have been more careful. It's like, nah, you know, I gave my chance and motherfuckers started acting stupid. They said some shit I ain't like, you know what I mean? They acting like whap-de-bam, so they had to go. But it's community based. No matter who you are, it's gonna be community based. No matter where you're from, what you look like, it's gonna be community based. Then our communities, as long as niggas on the same page, are gonna start forming with other communities, and then we're gonna get the ball rolling where we start being self-sufficient with ourselves. So that's basically where we at, man. But we gotta stand up. We gotta stand up and you know, again, whatever approach we decide to take, go all the way with it. And don't stop and don't give up. Because our time is now. I've been saying this shit for the last year. Our time is now. Well, for the last 6 months, I should say. because I started being consistent again this year with the pod. I've been saying this shit for the last, well, really before the pod, I've been talking about this type of stuff, but now more than ever on the pod. This is our time to shine, bro. We can stand the fuck up. We can help one another. We don't have to give our money to these corporations anymore. We don't. We can order online. I told you about that app called Miria. It's called, it's M-I-I-R. I hope they improve on the branding and the way the app looks. But Miria is a good name. Miria is a good name. I just want them to improve on how the app looks. But yeah, it's M-I-I-R-I-Y-A, Miria. Go check that shit out. This is the app where you can find all black stores. You can order anything from here that's black, anything. You know, they do comforters, they got pads, hair care stuff, books, goddamn accessories, nigga, nails, whatever it is, but they got it on this bitch, man. They got it on this bitch, and I'm definitely gonna be adding. I'm gonna be buying some shampoo and shit from off of here too, and I don't care how much it costs because this is supporting my people. I just need to know if, you know, the products are good, but this is for my people. I'm supporting my people, and I love this, bro. Go check it out, Miria. Go check that shit out, man. Decent app, all black owned stores, and I'm definitely gonna be putting more of my money into my black people's pockets. You know what I mean? I want to see more black, and now I want to see more black people branch out of just you know, hair care stuff and you know, body care stuff. You know, I want to see them branch out, and I want to see more black people at these farmers markets selling grapefruit and dates. You understand what I'm saying? I want to see more black people at these farmers markets selling more fruits and vegetables. You feel me? I want to see more black people growing food and giving it away or whatever, however they want to do it, distribute their food that they took so long to grow. And I'm seeing it, boy, all over YouTube. Black people getting into more growing, more gardening and shit like that. I want to see more of that. And the more I see it, I still feel like it ain't enough. And I'm always gonna push that shit because I'm one of the black people that's gonna do this shit. That's doing it. I wanna have a black owned spot where whether you willing to pay rent to stay where I'm at, or I can help nothing but black people to get into these homes. And okay, this is gonna help you get on your feet. This, that, and the third. My bad, I had to cough and shit. Like, I want to be able to get more black. I want to be able to get more black people into black-owned homes. That's what I want to do. I want to get more black people to buy from more black-owned gardens. You understand what I'm saying? Or go support a black-owned garden, and this is be mine. This is my shit. You feel me? This is again one of my missions, one of many of my missions. That's why I talk about investing in all the time and shit like that, bro. This is our time to shine. People across the whole world, you understand what I'm saying? I can really only speak across the world, but I can really only speak in America. This is where I live. Across America. This is where our change can happen, bro. With our black people, and then others alike. You feel me? This is what I want to see, man. And the more we get together, and the more we grow together, and the more we support and get the money flowing through our communities again, the better off we'll be. So yeah, man, that's basically what I gotta say about that. Was damn near a speech, bro. Y'all know how I get about this. I get real passionate about this shit, man. I don't fuck around. I'm not playing. This is real life. If y'all are worried about the Strait of Hormuz, they are looking to reopen that. But Trump is paying Iran $300 billion, taxpayers' dollars. And they're giving them some more shit to open up the strait. That's the deal. Now, I had seen something, we were talking about Obama had gave certain amount of money, I believe, to Iran, I believe, or something for damage or something like that. But it was like 1.7 billion. That ain't shit compared to what Trump did. 300 billion? Why? How about we just stop fucking with these people? Leave Israel where they at. We can move on. But nah, man, you know, motherfuckers got America by the balls, boy, blackmail, all types of shit, man. We know who really run this country, man. We already know. And they just continuously giving up money. Like, I think by the end of this year, we're gonna be at $40 trillion in debt. By 2030, we're gonna be at 50 trillion, 56 trillion or something like that from what I had read. I read that a couple years ago. We at 39 now. We're gonna be at 56 trillion by 2030. That's only 4 years from now. Yeah, so 300 billion for what? And some more shit. That's not a good deal. Just for the Strait to probably not even be open after that. Because there might be even more conflicts because Israel can't keep their hands to themselves. Fuck Israel, by the way. So, yeah, man, again, out of my control. I just want to make y'all aware that, you know, this is where a lot of money is going. And instead of, you know, helping the U.S. citizens and shit like that get on their feet, this is where all the money is going, man. You know, they done it again. They done it with Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? With the war between them and Russia. We gave them like 300 or 200 billion or something like that. It was some amount of billions of dollars instead of helping Hawaii when that whole thing was going on. You understand what I'm saying? Like these people don't, America is a corporation, man. Don't ever forget it. And it's been like that since the 80s. I want to say since we couldn't take off the gold standard in the 70s, but since the 80s, that's when it really started flourishing as far as America being a business and not a country. America is a company. That's all it is, bro. That's all it is. America is no longer a country. I mean, shit, countries produce things. We don't make shit over here. We import down there everything that we got over in this bitch. When was the last time you seen something that said made in America? Now think about when's the last time you seen something that said made in China, Vietnam. All this outsourcing, that's all America do. All the jobs has been gone. And they ain't coming back. Unless us as a community make our own jobs. Y'all already starting your own businesses, man, with all them black businesses. Y'all already starting your own businesses. You feel me? Open up a brick and mortar if you can, if it ain't too much strain on you. And just flourish from there. Still keep your own line though, because that's how people like to shop. We ain't gotta go through Amazon for our bodily care no more, man. We got the Mirror app now. We ain't gotta go through Amazon for our hair care products no more, man. We got the Mirror app now. You feel me? For all our black stuff. We ain't gotta go through Amazon to order tissue. We got the black businesses we can order from now, nigga. So I just wanted to make y'all aware of what's going on and where y'all money is going. $300 billion with a B, nigga. But I digress. So let's go ahead and get into my favorite portion of the pod. Y'all already know. Investing. We are an hour and 49 minutes in. We're almost 2 hours into this podcast. Y'all know, man, this shit be getting longer and longer. I'm here for it though. I like talking. I like talking. There's a lot I don't. Now, what I want to do is say, just start off with this. Create a budget. If you haven't already, create a budget. I would have never known how important a budget was until I actually created one when I was 28 years old, when I was 27, 28 years old, and my life changed dramatically. I didn't know about budgeting and shit like that growing up. Motherfuckers always talked about saving, but we never talked about a budget, living within our means, and then putting money away that grow and save it. You understand what I'm saying? Once you build out a might need to use later fund, then you could take that money and start building out and investing and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Building out cash flow, shit like that. And then you're gonna and once you create that budget, and the budget is basically all of your expenses for the month or the year, however you want to calculate it. and how much you're getting paid. So, hold on. So you take how much you're getting paid, and you calculate how much expenses are coming out of how much you're getting paid a month. Then be like, okay, what percentage of this am I using to live off of? You figure out how much you are using to live off of, then be like, okay, this is what I need to create more cash flow. Once you create more cash flow or shit like that, oh shit, we ain't gonna fuck the cash flow for right now. We're gonna get into that in just a second. Then you talk about setting up a savings plan. Then once your budget covers that savings plan, and you can create a goal, $5,000 for this year, for this month, or $20,000 for the year, and then it's gonna grow on its own. You ain't even gotta worry about it. So say you wanna get $20,000 to your savings, you ain't even gotta touch it no more. It's gonna grow on its own. Then you can build out an IRA, which allows you to put in $7,000 a month in the Roth IRA account. That grows over time as well. I am rolling over my thrift savings plan account into my Roth IRA account, my iTrust Capital IRA account, and which is crypto and shit like that. And I can buy whatever I want in that motherfucker, and I'm going to put whatever I have in there, everything, all of it, into that Roth IRA account, and I'm going to let it grow over time. And since it's going into crypto, and I have strong conviction, I believe that crypto is going to grow over time and shit like that, what I put in is going to be astronomical when it's time for me to pull that money out tax-free, right? And I'll probably be able to put it into a DeFi protocol within my Roth IRA account that's gonna yield me passive income. That's gonna yield me staking rewards. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just money compounding on its own, and I ain't even got to worry about it. Then once you figure out, okay, I put enough into this, then you want to think about passive income if you want to. But like, okay, I want to put this much money in here to create passive income, and you can do that within dividends. And I know the stock market is extremely overvalued, but I always encourage it to invest in whatever it is, regardless if it's overvalued or not, because you can, because you're investing long term. If you invest now and the stock market crash, you ain't got to worry about it because you invest in long term. Now you're putting in money at much lower prices and you accumulating at a much faster rate. Due to you investing in a much faster rate, when things go back up, now you got a shit ton of money in those stocks or that crypto or whatever, right? Then you could figure out, okay, what do you want to invest in that's gonna give you passive income, whether that's real estate, crypto, dividends. I love dividends. I love DeFi, which is decentralized finance, which is the staking protocol that I mentioned earlier. I love that shit. Now, I already let y'all know that I invest in high risk, dividend paying assets, but you can also start and get dividends from shit like VOO, QQQ, SATA, SATA, MORT, which is MORT, which is a real estate, which is a real estate investment trust, a REIT that pays dividends quarterly. AGNC, another REIT, another real estate dividend stock that pays monthly, I believe. SATA, that pays daily. And I was doing a research and they said they have reserves to pay this, and they said they have reserves that can pay these dividend payments for the next 20 years. I'm taking advantage of that. QQQ, VOO. It's a few more that you can take advantage of. It's a ticker symbol O. It's a couple more that you can take advantage of, man. Do not miss out on these opportunities to get those dividends. They can yield you passive income. Then you figure out your number, okay? Because a lot of people think, what do I need to retire? I mean, a lot of people think that they need a shit ton of money, like millions and pounds, millions of dollars, at least $1 million to retire. But you need more than $1 million to retire because $1 million at 5%, it's only at 4 to 5%. Interest rate is only $50,000 to $40,000 per year. That ain't shit. You can't live off that, especially with the way inflation is. You can't live off that right now, especially the way inflation is and the way, things are going up in price. So you're going to need more. So figure out what your financial number is, your financially free number is, your financial freedom number. Figure out what that is. And that's basically all of your expenses for the month. So you might put away a little bit for travel. You may put away a little bit or spend a little bit for entertainment. You might put away a little bit for vacationing. You may then your light bill, your gas bill if you have it, your water bill if you have it, your rent. And then miscellaneous stuff. I said entertainment and stuff like that. Oh, your groceries. Figure out how much you pay a month out of your paycheck. Figure out how much you pay a month. That is your financial freedom number. Once you get enough passive income to cover those expenses, that will be your financial freedom number. Then you could take it a little bit further. Say you got money left over from your paycheck. Then that would include like your whole pay. See how much money that you're making from your whole paycheck a month. And you can use that to further enhance your financial freedom number. Then once you get the passive income paying you as much as you're getting at your job, you can choose if you want to work or not. Because now you're getting that certain amount of money coming in every month, quarterly, daily, however often it's coming to you. $50 a day, $30 a day, however often it's coming to you. You can get that. Right? You can get that. So you don't need a shit ton of money to retire. You just need to figure out how much money needs to cover your monthly expenses, how much money you need to make to cover your check that you are making right now on a monthly basis, and that's your financial freedom number. You might see how I just opened up your mind. You're like, oh damn, I didn't even think about it like that. Yeah, nigga. I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to put you on game. Because it's possible. You understand what I'm saying? Like me, I don't want to work a regular motherfucking job. Like, to be transparent, I haven't worked a regular job since I've got 100% from the military. I ain't gonna lie. Once I got my 100%, I ain't worked a regular job since. And now I'm building up to where my dividends are going to be paying me what I'm getting paid monthly. And I'm gonna take it I'm gonna give it like an extra $1,000 over that. But right now I'm looking to see how can I make $50 a day. Then how can I make $3,000 a month, $4,000 a month, $6,000 a month? You understand what I'm saying? I'm doing that. Like I'm putting the work in for that shit. You feel me? So, you know, I'm grateful. I'm not saying that to brag. I know I got about Mr. Flex a lot and all that shit, but that's not to flex on niggas. I don't flex on people because I have empathy. I'm not bragging about how I do things because but I don't want to belittle niggas, but I do want you to know what's possible. Now, our circumstances are a little bit different because of where I'm at in my life, but making that passive income is all the same to cover however much my living expenses is right now and a little bit extra. So you don't need, so I know my number. I know my financial freedom number. What's yours? You understand what I'm saying? And again, this is gonna supersede my financial freedom number as time goes on. It's gonna supersede what it is now. You understand what I'm saying? Like what I'm gonna be making is gonna supersede my financial freedom number. You feel me? So, you know, this is gonna be due to because I want to own about 100 properties. You understand what I'm saying? I want to own 100 properties plus. You understand what I'm saying? I want to make $10,000 to $15,000 a month from just staking protocols and DeFi yield and lending out my money. I want to make $10K a month just from my dividend payments alone. I'm just saying these alone. I want to make $15K a month, damn near $20K a month from my real estate, from my real estate that I be collecting off the rent. I want to make that on a monthly basis, and I can do it. I know I can. I just got to start. I'm here. I already started. I'm just continually building up. You feel me? So it's very possible, man. Nigga, with this stock market being as overvalued as it is, when that shit inevitably crashes, I'm gonna pounce all over this shit. The housing market gonna crash. I think the crypto market gonna crash a little bit unless all of that money that crashes starts to flow into the crypto market, because money moves around. It don't just like you just motherfuckers just lose money. Niggas pull that money and they move it into somewhere else that they either find is safe or is gonna move up in value. That's how that shit works. So, when the stock market crash, when the housing market crash, I'm gonna pounce on that shit, nigga. I'm about to, listen, I'm putting money to the side. I'm investing while also trying to put a little bit of money to the side. Like, and for when things start to come down astronomically, oh my God, bro. I'm telling you, like, right now, when I get my savings up to a certain point, I'm not gonna put no more money into that shit. No more money into it. It's gonna grow on its own over time. I know my number for now. Because then once I'm done putting it, because I'm gonna rotate every time. So I know my number for now, but I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, increase it over time, and then there's gonna be a hard stop where it could just, the money that I was putting in is gonna just do it on its own, because I'm gonna have so much saved up. So that's one of the goals. Have so much money in a high yield savings account where it's just invest as much money as I've been putting in manually on its own. Same with the staking, same with the lending, same with the, because I'm lending out some money. I'm lending out money right now, and I'm earning 3% on that shit. I'm lending my money on Coinbase, and then I'm gonna be again, lending my money, collecting revenue from there, real estate, dividends, staking, all of that shit, bro. I said real estate. What else? Those just the passive income portions. That's not talking about what I got to do for, for me making videos and, making this content and shit like that. That's not even counting that. But all of that money, I'm using that to fund my passive income, to help me get to my financial freedom number faster. So again, figure out what your retirement number is. If you know you making $5,000 a month, and you start making passive income, $5,000, you can retire. You're done. Because now you can retire early, and that money that you was using to invest, you will still have that money and then some. And you can increase your money over time from there to then you're gonna look up, you start making $6,000 to $7,000 a month, and you did not go back to work. You did not have to pick up an extra shift. You didn't have to do that. But this is what I'm trying to put you on to, man. It's possible. Like, really be honest, bruh. Be honest. And I really want you to answer this question. Be honest. Do you want to work for the rest of your life? You can answer it to yourself. Do you want to work when you turn 37, do you still want to work? When you turn 40, if you're still in your 20s, do you want to still continue to work at 30? Think about that. How possible that is. It's possible. You can do this shit within 10 years' time. 10 years. Hell, 5, really. You could do this shit in 5 years. In 5 years, think about it. Damn, in 5 years, I can retire. And it's definitely doable. Depending on how aggressive you save and invest. It's doable. Like, damn, in 5 years, I can quit my job if I want to. That sounds great. Damn, in 10 years, I can retire and quit my job. In 20 years, I can retire and quit my job earlier than 65, where she is 70, because they moving up the retirement age. Instead of me retiring at 65, 75, or 70, I can retire at 55, 60. I can retire at 50, 45 years old. Think how crazy you get to retire 5 years earlier than the average. That's fucking great. And you can take it further. You can do 10, 15, 20 years before you have to, you can do that shit. And it's all with the power of this. Damn, y'all see how cracked my phone is? It's all with the power of this right here, man. With this motherfucker right here, anything is possible. This motherfucker right here that I'm talking to, anything is possible. When I'm recording through this, you can see me with this goddamn camera. It's possible. With all this information, all these books, the library, it's possible. You can retire in 5 years, G. And all you gotta do is put your money in the right places, let it compound, and you be like, damn, I'm making this I'm done working. But the great thing about that is it's an option for you. You can still go to work while you continue to make $5,000 a month in passive income and $5,000 a month from your job. Now you make $10K a month. You ain't got to worry. You could take, oh man, I'm going to take leave. I'm going to call. You can afford to call off when you want to. Because it ain't going to affect your paycheck. Because you ain't got to take PTO. Man, listen, man. I don't know if you see the vision. I don't know if you can feel this shit in your bones right now, but I do. I can see it, feel it, hear it, nigga. Because I'm talking this talk, and I'm not just talking this talk, I'm walking this shit, boy. This is possible. I know what it is now. You understand? Like, I'm about to borrow from my life insurance policy. I just need to figure out if I want to take that money and throw it all into a cash generating asset, or do I want to go ahead and invest in this cryptocurrency so I go ahead and continue to stack my bags? It's one or the other. Either or, I'm gonna be making money. Cause I could put it into a cryptocurrency. The value of it goes up. I take my initial investment out. I go ahead and pay that back plus interest a little bit. Now I'm sitting on house money. Now I can take a little bit of profits on top, or I could just let it sit. And I could take those profits and I could put it back into cash generating assets. Oh, and boy, don't get me started on me being able to borrow. Don't get me started on being able to borrow from my cryptocurrencies as well. It's risky as fuck right now, but I'm just saying for the future, with less risk, I get to borrow and I get to go buy businesses and shit like that. Man, it's possible, bro. It's possible. Like right now, I can borrow $700 from Bitcoin. Go buy a cash generating asset, and I can pay off a big portion of that next month because I'll be getting paid. And I can use that cash generating, I can use that cash generating asset to continue to buy more Bitcoin. And I can borrow from that again. I can borrow that same 700 and do it again. I just put $1,400 into a cash generating asset. Now I'm getting paid even more. I get a pay raise monthly and weekly. Now with Sato, I'm looking to get a pay raise daily because they supposed to be paying daily dividends. I haven't got paid my daily dividends yet. I only put $3 into that motherfucker because I'm trying to see how it works. I'm gonna put a little bit more in, but yeah, I'm gonna buy a little bit more. Start getting daily, so I can start getting quarterly raises, monthly raises, daily raises, and weekly raises. That's just with the dividends. That's not even counting the staking protocols that I do for crypto or me lending out my money. You understand what I'm saying? Like the banks do. I'm lending out my own money like the banks do. Did you know? I know I brought this up before, but did you know any money that you have in the bank, they can lend it out 9 times over? They make 30% on that money and they only pay you 0.01% to hold your money into their bank. Did you know that? They lend your money out 9 times. They make 30% on that money. This is how the banks are staying in circulation. But with DeFi, they shaking that shit up and the banks are scared as hell. Because we have the power to do what we want to do with our own money. We can do what they do with our own money. We don't even need them no more. Because we can earn yield on our own shit. Whether we lend it, stake it, or buy dividend paying stocks. And they shaping shit up because normally dividend paying stocks pay monthly or quarterly. Nigga, we getting shit that pay weekly and daily. We don't need the banks. We got our own shit. We'll do to our own due diligence. We don't need them no more. I want to lend my money out 9 times over and make 3%, 30%. You understand what I'm saying? 3% month on month, 4% month on month, 5% month on month. I want to be able to do that, and I'm doing that right now. I'm lending my money out on Coinbase. I'm hoping that Kraken and Uphold does it very soon, because I'm going to be lending my money out on that motherfucker too. So I'm doing that shit right now, man. I only got a little bit because I just want to see how it works. But matter of fact, let me go ahead and look it up right now, bro. So if you have Coinbase, right? If you have Coinbase, it's loading up right now. This shit pretty goddamn slow. You can go to this shit called Cash. You could trade derivatives on this motherfucker. You could do predictions on this motherfucker. I don't fuck with the predictions or the derivatives because I don't know how that work. But right now, okay, I'm gonna just be completely transparent with you. I'm lending out $7.79 right now. My reward rate is $3, is 3.45%, 3.4%. That's my reward rate. It's 3.4%. Right? I earned $4.96. Just from holding it, just from lending out my money, I earned $4.96. Oh no, my bad. I'm looking at another thing. That's from some other rewards that they have on this platform. My bad. I earned from having $7 in this shit, getting 3.4% off my money. I earned 8 cents. 8 cents? That ain't shit. I only have $7 in it. Think if I have more. Matter of fact, if let's do the math. Let's say you got 20. Let's say you lending out $5,000. Let's go ahead and do the math right now. Let me see. 5K times 0.034. That's $170 a year. That's $170 per year. Divide that monthly. That's $14 a month. That's an extra $14 a month. And you lending out your money. You're lending out money that you have. Now, do your own research on how that shit work, but I'm just saying. That's another way that you create passive income from your own money. So, the opportunities are endless. It's up to you what you want to do, man. You don't got to be stuck in that damn corporate plantation no longer. If you take that step today, within the next 5 years, you no longer have to be on that corporate plantation. Pick up the gems that I'm dropping, man. I'm trying to put y'all niggas on. I don't want to see y'all working till y'all 80, 90 years old. I don't. Especially with the way the job market is right now, and it's getting worse, and ain't no telling what it's going to be like when we turn 60, 50, hell, within the next 5 years, when a lot of us are 35, 31, 35, 36 years old. Shit. A lot of y'all 25, 26, 27 years old, which I highly encourage y'all to get into a trade, because that's where the money is going to be. And you can be able to create your own business and hire folks and train niggas under your own guys. You're going to be young as fuck, getting to that motherfucking money. Reinvest back into the business, create a crypto reserve for your business, and have that circulate so that you can have that to you're able to give your employees a pay raise because you got money staking for your business, and that money increases every single year, and you give your employees hey man, look. I'm giving y'all ideas, bruh. And I'm pretty sure they can work. Just act upon them. You don't have to be poor. You don't have to be broke. You don't have to be scared. And you don't have to worry. As long as you take the steps that you need today to enhance your life and your financials. You feel me? Whew. So that's about it, man. That's all I got. I was gonna talk about life, but that's basically, I always do that shit. I might end up, if y'all want to hear more about that, just let me know in the comments, but I might end up taking that topic off. But life has been good, though. Life been good. Me and my girl, we spent some time with some good friends that came from out of town from Louisiana. That was a lot of fun. They moved from here to Louisiana, so they came back out here for a trip and shit. And they saw us. They came back for a concert, but they saw us with a lot of time, ate a lot of food, spent a lot of money. But I ain't tripping about that shit at all. It was a good time, man. It was a good time. But that's basically about it, man. That's it. I'm just happy to be here. I'm glad that I'm able to speak and give y'all this information and just kick the bubbles with y'all ass, man. You know, I'm just happy that I'm glad to do this and I can articulate myself in a way that y'all can understand and, you know, that I can understand and shit, I can understand as well. Shit. I ain't know what the fuck I wanted to say right there, but yeah, I'm glad that I can articulate myself in a way that y'all can pick these gems up, man. And again, do some research, figure out how you can add a lot of this stuff to your own life. And then if you want to tweak it and change it a little bit, go ahead and do that shit, man. I'm just giving y'all basically what I be doing, what I'm doing with my life and my finances and my time. And you understand what I'm saying? That's all I'm doing. And I'm just trying to give y'all extra ideas on how y'all can, you know, improve your lifestyle, man. Whether that's physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, mentally, all of that shit, bro. But it starts here, and then it's gonna end up here. So that's all I got to say on that shit, man. I really do appreciate y'all for coming through and listening. This has been episode 69 of the Von Talks podcast. Make sure y'all exercise, drink some water, and fucking relax. And I'll most definitely see y'all last on the next one. Peace.